Hello everyone, and I hope you liked the small feature how these prints are made. And let me tell you a bit of a story on what stands behind these symbols and where I took them from and what's the concept behind this project. And basically I first saw these symbols in a book that was written for various kinds of amulets and apocryphal prayers that were used in the past. The ones you have a compilation of them on a book or just in separate leaves and you carry them with you, and it's the kind of superstitious type of belief that each of these symbols, each of these stamps, each of these prayers will protect you or aid you in some way or in some kind of a particular situation. And I had this book for years, and I've been really fascinated with the style of these stamps. It's kind of similar to styles in other traditions, in other cultures, but really unique in their particular type of way. The manuscript is held here in the National Library in Bulgaria, and it's number 646. It's not digitized, but it's open to the public to see, and it was written for a man named Niketa. And I guess he was a kind of person who wanted to have a very big collection of such protective amulets. He had not only written apocryphal prayers, but these kinds of particular stamps as well. And I guess in the future this book came into the possession of another person, and he wanted to erase the name of Niketa and replace it with its own. So to give the book power not to the previous owner but to the new one. And I really wanted to somehow use these symbols in my work, and I don't like all of them. Some of them are very artistic, very original in their design, but others are not that much. So for this project, and these 5 that you see in these individual prints are actually from the book, the original designs, but me and my father decided to not only extract the best designs from the book, which are 15 in total, but also make an additional 25 with a total of 40 that were actually our idea, but we wanted them to be in this particular style and not go away too much of it. And the reason for doing this bulk of work was not to make a lot of individual prints. We will make them, of course, but it's the start of my next big artistic bookbinding project. Basically I wanted to make the kind of collection, the kind of amulet collection book that this person named Niketa had in the past, but a bit more exotic, a bit more full, and with a bit more things to explore in it. But as you can imagine, this is a quite ambitious project. It will take me some months to complete, and I'm only in the starting phase, and I've decided that these amulets need to be shared not only on the finished book form, but it wouldn't hurt to be made some sets of prints with each design in mind. So the first 5 you can see white paper, white handmade paper, and on brown handmade paper, both made here in the bindery by myself. The white paper is made with 50% cotton paper and 50% my paper scraps that were here from the bindery, while the brown handmade paper is made from all kinds of papers that I had printed or I've drawn or written on them, or some kind of packaging materials that I felt were nice to recycle, and I've made some leaves of that kind as well. So the white handmade paper prints come with a silver amulet of the same design as the print made by my father, and it will be included in the package, and they're a limited edition of 5 of each print, while the brown paper is a limited edition of 10, a total of 15 of each print. And they are my way to finance this grand artistic project while I work upon it. So these first 5 sets of 15 are released now and available for sale on my shop, and I'd be very grateful if you like them and decide to support me in this way, to purchase them for yourself, to share this feeling from the past that these symbols might protect you and aid you in some way. And I probably won't be making many journals until I finish this artistic project, so my only means of income would be these prints. So there are 40 in total, and I'll probably aim to release 1 set of prints each week until the book is finished. But we'll see how that schedule goes. This is the plan for now, but you can stay tuned in all of my social media profiles and newsletter and so on, which I'll give links below, to stay updated on what's going on. And but of course we had a lot of things worked before this project, and one of them is this set with 3 books of such design, and these are called the Wells collection. It's a very special type of book for me, because for this year, and they are the first set of journals for this year, I really wanted to make a kind of a change in direction, not very sharp, but meaningful for me at least. And the reason is that I realized that even though I want to pursue a practice that is inspired by Bulgarian folklore, Bulgarian craft, decoration and design from the past, and just from this particular piece of art, and I realized that I rely too much on Western type of bookbinding, which is beautiful and technically excellent, but I felt that I'm delving a bit from the roots of Bulgarian bookbinding tradition, which was severed a long time ago, but it was very much influenced and actually given its life from Byzantine and Eastern Mediterranean type of book structures, and didn't follow the same path as the Western bookbinding tradition went with. So I really want to go back in a way. I'm not making any kind of bindings for books. I'm mostly concentrating on journals and my artistic bookbinding projects, so I felt like a return to a structure from the past might be a very good field to explore, because I'm not constrained with the technical requirements for the books that I wanted to be bound now, and be it fine binding or design binding or whatever the sort. So these 3 little books are my first steps in that direction, and as you can see, the covers are flush with the edges. The end band is my signature type of leather strip end band, but in a Byzantine type of technique, and a smooth spine with non-protruding bands at the spine, and it's very simple in its design, but on the inside it took a lot of change for me to go through to actually consider how to continue on. and how to step by step a bit abandon a certain habits that I've accumulated over the years and try to see them from a different perspective in order to achieve this kind of structure that I want to achieve. And it will take some work. A year probably won't be enough, maybe 2 years, I don't know, maybe a lifetime, but I really want to be closer to the roots of our particular dead tradition, so to say. So this is my plan, and with these 3 journals on the shop you can see the latest writing set from my father. And as you've probably seen, the past writing sets were very much relying on wood, be it mahogany or walnut or birch, but this was his first project that was really concentrated on the silver work, and you can see it on the inkwell, you can see it on the pen stand, and the pen itself is left really rather simple, while the focus is mainly on the stand and the inkwell itself. So you can see all of these items in my shop, and I hope every one of you is happy and safe and going firmly and with confidence into the new year. And I'll do my best to update you as best as possible. I release these videos not very often, as they require a lot of work to actually show you something finished, but if you have the time and willingness, please check out the membership program here in the channel, where I upload videos weekly with what's happening behind the scenes in the workshop. I offer some advice, I answer questions, I try to be of help with the small community that's forming there, and I assure you it's a really friendly one, and you're all welcome to visit, to join, and to support my work and my father's as well. So thank you very much. There's very interesting things to be seen in the future. I hope I can show you some very exotic bookbinding very soon. And thank you again, and until next time.